I'm live. All right. So I am doing this one as kind of a test in order to see how this particular function of YouTube works. I know maybe the algorithm will not necessarily favor this, but I wanted to make this video and do it live because right now I am kind of in my element where I am frazzled, confused, kind of trying to make sense of a lot of what's going on in the world and perceive it, understand it, come up with some sort of way of really grasping it. And I think, again, a big part of that is communicating and seeing how we're talking to each other. So this won't be a terribly long video. However, if I do start to rant, I'm so terribly sorry. It's a thing I do. But part of that is really because, again, we're dealing with such a spectrum of emotions, of identities, of awareness, just overall. We're in this period where we're starting to learn a lot of things that we didn't know as citizens. And so right now we're in a time where we're very aware of the fact that something is brewing and there will be a point where things erupt. I mean, they are, but, I think one that I was hoping to really do with this particular video is I want to talk a little bit about communication, not with the people we know or with our household, with our coworkers, whatever the case may be. We tend to communicate a lot with external forces, with, people and things around us. But sometimes we forget to communicate with ourselves. And so I am not someone who regularly does yoga, although I find it very beneficial. I'm not someone who necessarily meditates, and it's hard for me to sit and allow myself to really open the floodgates to my thoughts and sit with them. Not that I don't sit with my thoughts, but generally I end up driving myself crazy because I get so overwhelmed, so weighed down with all these hard conversations that need to happen, but really being picked apart, which is great because I think there's a lot of people trying right now, again, to make sense of it. I sure am, and I'm learning. It's really kind of throwing me in this whirlwind where I feel like I keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and I just can't stop, like a top that just never ends. And I think that is something that probably most people right now are feeling. Beliefs are being challenged. Organizations are speaking their minds and their piece. And people, I really do believe that there are honest people out there who really want the best for humanity, who do truly believe in the idea of we should love our neighbor regardless. We're just in a very interesting state of being. I think, we're having all these emotions which are affecting our thoughts, and then those thoughts are therefore affecting our emotions, and we're having this just constant circle of emotions and thoughts, and that can be draining and exhausting. So, listening to your body, even speaking to your body, saying, I need this, I'm looking for this, I'm trying to understand this, perceive this, conceive this, whatever the case may be, even if you're just looking for something within yourself, but also our body speaks to us and tells us what we need. So I was supposed to have a guest on today. And, I really respected her because she expressed to me that she needed to reschedule because she really needed to take a minute to kind of connect with her mental self and to really take care of her mind, body, and soul. And I think that's something that we should all achieve to do in this wild time, is if you even find the slightest bit of time to sit and breathe, whether it's meditate, yoga, Me, I would prefer to go start punching a giant punching bag. So, but everybody has whatever it is that helps them relax, helps them listen to themselves. So take some time is kind of the point of this video, and I actually am inviting you to a challenge. And this challenge is that you find even 5 minutes at least within your day. And I know it's hard. I'm a mom of two. I work full time. I mean, we're all dealing with COVID, with the movements happening right now. I mean, there's a lot going on, and it can weigh very heavy on our shoulders, on our minds. And for people who really do want to learn and ask questions and get answers and be part of this discussion to help progress, there's a lot of information out there, and we're trying to take it all in and absorb it, but even some of the most intellectual people are having trouble taking in tons of that information at one time because there's so many things to focus on. So if you take 5 minutes to even step outside in your front porch, have your cup of coffee, and just let your mind wander, just listen to your body and see what your body is saying it needs. Take 5 minutes to do that. And that is my proposed challenge to everyone, is to take at least 5 minutes, find some time somewhere in your day, whether it be tonight, whether it be tomorrow, to really try and communicate with your inner self. Because again, those thoughts and the feelings that we have and the way that we're going to interpret and understand them, that's going to really affect how we think and what we're willing to take in and how we're something. And, right now there's so many narratives, so many stories. It's great to hear them, but it certainly is a lot. And it's okay to admit, just as my friend did, that she needed to take time for her mental. She needed to take time to rest, to breathe, to be with herself, to take care of herself, self-care. And there is nothing wrong or shameful about taking that time for yourself. And is not far from being a cliche statement, but it's also a very valid and true statement, in my opinion, is to take time to really reconnect with your thoughts and get out of the noise and be in your own bubble and understand what your body is looking for in this moment, is also incredibly important, and 5 minutes will do wonders, So again, earlier today I was losing my marbles. We were moving irrigation pipe. And so if I got I'm real right now, folks, I'm real. Okay. So, but we were moving irrigation pipe, and I was just so angry because that was not when I wanted to do it. I was in a blind rage, and my husband said, "You know what? Look at where we are and think about what we've got right now. Just take a minute, look out into the mountains, and stop." And you know what? I did. And it was a great piece of advice because, again, we're bombarded with so much stimulus on a regular basis, whether it be through social media, the news, politics, home issues, whatever the case may be. We're just being pummeled with it. So, don't forget that it's a perfectly normal thing to take a minute to reconnect with yourself and to talk within our own being that really can help us interpret and understand the world if we're willing to take the time what we're subjected to live in for the rest of our life. And that's not a bad thing, but part of that is really taking a minute to, again, take care of your mental, take care of your space, take care of what is needed to get you through where you need to be, because it's just hard. So, as I said, I propose this challenge. Look at my hands. I propose this challenge, and again, what I'm suggesting is that you find, whether tonight or tomorrow, to take 5 minutes or more. Start with 5, and just whether you breathe, whether you go outside and scream, whatever you need within that 5 minutes to just, whatever it is, listen to your body and act upon it. So enjoy, get to go. I'm sure this video is going to be an interesting one, but we'll see how it goes. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. And again, communication is to speak their piece and bring their voices and their ideas and incredible talents to the table and skills. So, just find a way to communicate with yourself, because that's just as important as communicating with your neighbor or your family member or your boss or whoever it may be. It's as important, and you end up finding a lot of information and unlock a lot of things when you can take a minute to just listen to your body. So anyway, again, until next time, thank you. I hope you guys get to see this. I don't know if I was supposed to do this a different way, but I guess I'm going to find out. So anyway.